President Trump taking a victory lap of his own after that historic summit on Friday and in advance of his own meeting, as we just mentioned, with Kim Jong-un.
He also had a lot to say about the Russia investigation and a new report from House Republicans. ABC's Tara Palmieri joins us now from Washington. Tara, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. That's right. It was a week of highs and lows for President Trump. While his top pick to lead the VA, Dr. Ronnie Jackson, had to withdraw his name amid embarrassing allegations, he saw his Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, confirmed. And then he was able to take a victory lap for his high-pressure campaign against North Korea. President Trump taking a bow for the historic agreement struck between the leaders of North and South Korea, working toward an end to their decades-long conflict.
I think I have a responsibility. I think other presidents should have done it.
President taking on the challenge to denuclearize the Korean peninsula and bring peace, a solution unreachable for the past 60 years, in that upcoming meeting with the North Korean dictator.
I look forward to our meeting. It should be quite something.
At the same time, signaling that he's ready to break the Iran nuclear deal. German Chancellor Angela Merkel and French President Emmanuel Macron were in Washington this week trying to salvage the accord before the May 12th deadline to pull out.
I think we'll be talking about Iran probably, but I don't necessarily expect it one way or the other.
While sending mixed signals on foreign policy, President Trump endorsed a heavily redacted report from the House Intelligence Committee, stating that there's no evidence of campaign collusion with the Russians during the 2016 election.
We were honored. It was a great report. No collusion, which I knew anyway. No coordination, no nothing.
But Democrats on the committee are calling the report fundamentally flawed, as Special Counsel Robert Mueller's probe and the Senate Intel Committee's investigation are still ongoing. Instead of attending the White House Correspondents' Dinner tonight, President Trump will head to Michigan for a rally. It's his second time skipping the annual dinner. And in fact, last year in Pennsylvania, he said he couldn't be happier being 100 miles away from the press. But this year, many of his top officials plan to attend. Dan, Paula?
The president doing what he knows best, counter-programming.
Exactly.
Counter-punching and counter-programming. Tara, thank you very much. Let's check in with ABC News political analyst Matthew Dowd, who I'm sure has a lot to say about all of the foregoing. Matthew, good morning. Let's talk about first this House Intelligence Committee report claiming no collusion between Team Trump and Russia. Given that there are still investigations going on in the Senate and then, of course, the special prosecutor, Robert Mueller, how impactful do you think this House report is?
Very little. I think we're in this time, and I've said this before, we're in like this trench warfare time of World War I where nothing, very little is going to change this. And as you said a minute ago about the tribalism that exists in this country, we can't even have a unified report put out by a House committee that both the Democrats and the Republicans agree to. The Republicans put out this report. The Democrats put out their own report. I think it goes in the middle of this whole mix where the Republicans, the GOP, takes the GOP report and uses it as a bat. The Democrats use theirs as a bat. And basically, the American public is waiting on what happens with the Mueller investigation as the arbiter of what's really going on.
And we witnessed something extraordinary on Capitol Hill. We want to set it up because we haven't mentioned it yet this morning. But the House chaplain, Father Conroy, was fired by Speaker Ryan. Father Conroy believes it's because of a specific prayer back in November when he prayed for lawmakers to keep in mind economic inequities and disparities when it came to tax reform. Now, Speaker Ryan is claiming the termination was due to complaints about pastoral care. But is this potentially damaging to the Republican Party? We don't see things like this happen.
No, and I think when you look at it, he's a Jesuit priest, and as let's recall that the Pope was actually a Jesuit in this, and Speaker Ryan is Catholic in the middle of this. I think what it does is it probably doesn't change the dynamics for the elections with Catholic voters, but what it does is it underlines a level of hypocrisy, I think, that has grown among Republican leaders on faith and family. They have a tendency to quote the Bible and religion as regards social issues and ignore much of the Bible as regards poverty and the most vulnerable in our society. And I think this underlies that schism, that their ability to talk about faith in a way that seems clear and independent is no longer, I think, possible. And I think that's the vulnerability the Republicans have.
All right, Matt, we do want to thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.